Get off my desk. I can't start with you here.
Right.
Scoot. Scoot.
Okay.
You.
Oops, my
Right.
iPad shut off.
3. Are we ready?
Yep.
Right. 3, 2, 1.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Hello. Hi, friends. Hi. How are everyone doing today? I have a cool person with me, and if you're hearing this on the other end, I'm with a cool person. My name is ErosaFallen. Hi, hello, welcome to heaven. We're doing a collab stream today.
Hey
This is
everybody.
Slice Racks.
I'm Captain Slice Racks, the scruffy spaceship captain VTuber of the Adventurers Guild. I had the rest of my intro memorized until about half a second ago and immediately died.
Oh gosh. So I keep mine short and sweet.
Yeah, I got the big line out of the way.
Yeah, you got the important thing, which is your title and your job.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Off
But
to
yes.
a great start.
Oh yeah. I think I've got your volume is good too, as loud as I can get you.
Oh, am I
Let's see if
quiet on your
me.
end?
Yeah, but that's as loud as I can get you.
Hold up. I'm rotating my mic to move a little closer to my face. I usually keep it off to the side of my keyboard.
Much better.
Yep, I moved it a few inches forward.
There we go. You might be still a little bit quieter than me, so I'll just like lower. I'll lower myself. Yeah, much better. There we go.
Cool.
Significantly improved. I've just adjusted my own levels so that we landed about the same spot.
Nice.
I got Kevin in my chat. Hi, Kevin. I've been keeping up with what you've been working on, and oh my gosh, the animations are so good.
Ooh, we got an animator.
Yes, Kevin is so talented.
Nice. I'm thinking about evolving from my current state of art into animation, but I gotta figure out how to draw stuff basically first.
Hey, you're doing a really good job from what I've seen of your work.
Appreciated.
So we were going to talk about what we're working on today. Oh, I had adjusted my chat. I made it too tall.
Oh, come on.
I want it like there. Peeking your head up over the... So I'm working on just a couple commissions today, but what are you working on? So you said you're working on like a panel for one of your upcoming videos.
Yes, I am currently working on preparing a video for, well, if you're looking at my screen, you see the logo on it. You can probably tell it's a Helldivers video. And some of the video footage pieces I'm using are shorts that I've previously uploaded. So in order to kind of make sure that I can complete the video within a reasonable time frame, I'm using a frame. I'm creating a frame that will allow me to put it on the screen so it doesn't look like half the screen is just black when I switch between...
Black nothingness?
Yeah, black nothingness when I switch between either standard format clips or between recorded pieces. So whenever I need to switch to those, I want to have something so it doesn't look like you're staring into the void as you're trying to watch this clip.
Oh no. Welcome. GameStop had 5 ads. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. Also, Game, I need you to redo. Yes, introductions. I'm doing commissions. Slice is doing stuff for his Helldivers video. We were talking about the whole Helldivers situation and the fact that you're doing this video actually before stream and all of that business. GameStop, I do need you to redo your love letter because I messed up. Hoshi, hello, welcome in.
Also, I did see this dysfunctional jellybean. If you are here, thank you for the follow a few minutes ago. I appreciate it.
Yes, Jellybean is my moderator.
Ah, hello, thank you. All right. I need to make straight line first.
I had to redo my subs. Oh my goodness.
Options.
My cat is in rare form today. Okay, I'm gonna pull up my
turn the opacity up. That's what the problem is.
Images. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Before stream started, was Jellybean. I'm so sorry. We were finally having Vacation Island, but we actually had Watch Me Work play like the song right before stream began.
That's funny.
It's a song that she has been wanting to finally come up in the playlist for like weeks now. I'm glad you got in fast to today, Kevin. I'm trying a new setup for my tablet.
Thank you for the follow, Hoshino.
That's Hoshi. Hoshi is a delight.
I was actually just talking about this before the stream. I have to redo. So I do have a series of follower goals, but I have to redo the goal for 100 because it was going to be a Helldivers DLC giveaway, and I don't think anyone's going to want that now. So I'm going to have to change it.
Oh, goodness. Oh, thank you, game, for fixing your thing. Wanted to make sure that you didn't get scuffed on your numbers. Probably not. Yeah. I still haven't come up with a 100. I'm like 20 away from 100, and I still haven't come up with my goal yet.
I ended up sitting down and coming up with these with my friend Obi when we were at PAX East a few weeks back in March. Holy Jesus. Thanks for the follow, Cool Gaming.
Yeah, my entire chat.
Your entire chat's just rating me with follows, like, hot damn. Oh boy.
You know that you get two more follows and you're gonna one more. Oh my gosh.
What do you mean one more?
If one more person follows you, you're gonna hit 100.
What do you mean one more? You know what? It'll hit 100 when it hits 100. I will not fret it. Oh my god. Thanks for the sub, Cool Gaming.
I can totally do math. I know 94 plus 3 is definitely
definitely 99. What's 9 plus 10? 21.
21.
It's fine. I'm not too worried about the number. It'll get there when it gets there.
Okay, drawing muscular figures, but I had to draw a muscular figure for this commission. I'm still not super used to them.
Oh boy. Hey, Gamesy, thanks for the follow. And hello to everybody.
You guys are so nice.
Yeah, you've got awesome people on your side. They're very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I really appreciate all the support. It means a lot.
They're so wonderful. I love them. Okay, Okay, it's like it comes forward rather than up. Okay. Promise I know how to draw. We were talking about like games, goals, growth stuff. So what we were going to talk about like switching. You're switching out of your current niche.
Yep, which was
Helldivers. Oh boy.
Sony really
Where do you think you're
shot me
heading
with that
with
one.
that
But
now,
hey,
then?
what? Sorry, say it again.
Where do you think you're heading now then?
Definitely want to bring back more Minecraft. The Adventurers Guild, which is the content creator group that I'm with, more like just like a group of friends than it is like a professional organization. We have our own Minecraft server, and I've been wanting to spend more time on there. And so yesterday I did a long stream on that, which is where the whole learning German through Minecraft came from.
Yes. Yeah, you were telling me that. Why don't you tell your chat and my chat that? Because you were telling me that a bit before stream.
Yeah, so I've been trying to learn German for a while now through Duolingo. I started at the end of, I think, I don't actually remember when, or the exact day. I do know that I'm almost at a 150-day streak though, and I started I started that amount of time ago. I have not missed a day.
So about 4 months ago.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I started about 4 months ago.
4 months ago.
I originally wanted to learn to speak to one of my friends from college who is from Germany. don't see that purpose. I don't see that use coming into play anytime soon. So for now, it's just me adding it, and I'm just keeping at it because, well, I started it. Might as well finish what I started. Let's see what I can do with it. And now I'm thinking I might try and turn it into content because, well,
hey,
Americans find it funny to hear German words. So we'll give it a shot.
Anything for content.
Yeah. I've also seen a few German VTubers out and about on Twitter posting content while speaking in German, and it's just like, I want to try this.
Yeah, it's mostly Hoshi. We're talking about like he's been doing Duolingo, but it's a lot of like mostly like immersion. You're mostly like trying to immersion learn, aren't you?
Well, yeah. Well, if you don't have Duolingo teaches a lot of the linguistics from a conversational perspective, but a lot of the language is learned through actual practice and exposure, and so usually you need a study partner. But, well, I probably still will need a study partner, but I'm thinking it might be interesting to try it via Minecraft, because then I can take words, I can actually practice it and ask more questions, and I take something that I'm already familiar with and convert it into something that I'm not, which might serve as a very effective, basis for
visualistic learning. Yeah.
It also helps that one of the people in said gaming group is from Germany herself, and she was helping me check my pronunciation along the way.
Oh, that's very nice.
It was very helpful.
Hoshi, how do you draw ripped people? How do you do that? Hoshi is much better at drawing muscular men than I am. I'm good at drawing muscular women, but pectorals is not my forte necessarily.
Balls.
Just I love muscular men. Hoshina Rio, known woman like her, coming out here with I love muscular men, talking about very boxy, less circular. Okay.
So what are you drawing right now? I know you said it was a commission, but what variety of commission?
So I just finished up a commission for Ami Lavendier. So I'm on to technically one of my last ones in my slots. Later I'll be working on Game Saib's reactive PNG, the one he currently has. I did all of that. I'm just finishing up his emotions for that current model. But right now I had another friend who I do role play with every now and again who wanted a drawing of one of the roleplay characters.
Nice.
Which is a very muscular man, and is actually a character that I have had the pleasure of playing with. Very fun character.
Nice.
I love women, but drawing muscular men gives me gender euphoria. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I recently got an anatomy book I've been meaning to give a deeper look at. But it's oh, I had it.
I'm definitely gonna need an anatomy book at some point.
It's an Andrew Loomis book too.
I don't follow.
It is very particular artist.
Okay.
Known for his figure drawings. So I've been trying to do a lot of like self-teaching recently.
Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. That's why.
I'm doing a lot more like personal artwork. So I've been trying to take time to teach myself some stuff.
Okay,
this is much better.
It's gonna be easier for me to do it this way.
And a funny twist, we kept saying, oh, we'll save that for stream so we don't have content. I've forgotten like half of the things we said we were going to save for stream.
Hold up. Erase that. Okay, cool. Now I'm drawing on the right layer. That was the problem before.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was wondering why was my eraser not working? Because you're drawing on the wrong layer, dumbass.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, too big. Let's wait. There we go. Nope. I'm such a perfectionist with my damn eraser.
God, I feel that.
Like, I zoom in all the way down to the pixel layer and start tracing pixels.
Oh, jeez.
I want to make sure I don't screw it up. Just clean up corners. Nope. No. There. Yes.
Good
Nice.
morning, Ami.
Boogity boogity.
Lexi has awoken. She's got an early morning job.
That's good enough. That's good. Ooh, nice. I'm liking this. Sweet. Frame. So that's the line work.
You're getting your love letter. Thank you for getting your love letter.
Let me see. What am I going to do here?
I keep thinking I make this small enough, and then I'm like, God, I have to zoom out still more.
Which item are you working on in particular?
I'm just doing sketching right now, so getting the actual like figure.
You just actually reminded me when going back to the anatomy book conversation. I definitely need to learn anatomy at some point because it'll both help me with drawing, but also because I'm a practicing martial artist, so it helps me figure out like. At least my way of seeing it is I get to learn anatomy for two purposes. One is to learn how to draw stuff, and the other one is to learn like how the body works mechanically. So let's say I want to, like, if I'm learning anatomy, I might as well also learn where things like pressure points are, so I can learn how to disable without, you know, massive injury.
Interesting.
So I've got multiple reasons to do the same thing. And that usually is a very convincing argument for me to do something.
I'm actually gonna run to.
Right. Well, okay.
Keeping your tab open on my. You're very good at like vector shapes. I think that's really interesting to.
Oh, this one was just a quadrant symmetry trace of the skull piece.
Oh, the actual.
Yeah, the actual thing. That's a trace.
Ah. I am fascinated by people who can do vector art and like logo art.
Actually, do you want me to? I'm tempted to spoil it. So I do have I already have a new model in the works, and I redesigned my own logo for it.
Shut up, that's so fun.
Would you like to see it? I feel like I shouldn't spoil it, but I want to spoil it. Yeah, people are like... All right.
Yes.
There it is. So that's what we're looking at.
That is so cool. That's genuinely very impressive.
Thank you. And
it's very
So yeah, I wanted it to be like an actual military branch logo. So I'm going to use the Air Force's logo as an example. The Air Force logo has a couple different parts to it, where they have the wings, they have the core, and then they have some of the lower triangles. And they all are they actually have different representation, different symbolic meanings. For this one, it's a little bit easier to tell. My thing is I have monthly war games, and when people can do like a daily draw, they pick a branch and they draw for it using channel points, and so it gives them it's a random pick, it's a random pull, and it's worth a random number of points between a certain range. And at the end of each month, the faction who won gets a special emote for the month saying, "Hey, we won the war game." So like last time, the Marines won, and so they got this little, they got this little Marine Golden Victory Marines emote. And I've got one of those for all the branches. And I'm looking to move up the scale to bigger and better rewards as time passes, but for now it's just nice little shiny emotes.
That's super fun. That's so cool.
But yeah, so each part of the logo represents a different branch. You've got the guns on the bottom for the Marines, you've got the wings representing the air crews, and then if you kind of zoom in, you can kind of see in the background there's like a turret, like a pair of turrets, like naval turrets.
Oh, almost like a Gatling, yeah.
Yeah, a pair of naval primary batteries, and so those are the sailors. So you've got 3 branches: air crews, sailors, Marines.
Interesting.
And since I take after a very military theme, I wanted to represent as such.
Hi, Amelia. Welcome in. Thank you for getting your love letter. That's super cool. That's very genuinely well thought out. I feel like a lot of the people that I've talked to, I've had a couple people reach out to me about like character design and branding as a VTuber. And the thing I always tell people is when you have your thing, lean so hard into it.
Yep.
You have to find a thing and like crank it to 12.
Yeah, I figured I should do that with the new model, with the incoming model as well. But yeah, you can definitely tell that my thing is the Ace of Spades. It's kind of just everywhere.
Yes, I've seen that. I've noticed that everywhere.
And that's actually it's actually a very interesting callback because the Ace of Spades is both a cool card, but the reason I use it is also because it's a military history reference. It's a very subtle nod to the fact that I'm also a military history buff. And so the specific history of that is back in the Vietnam War, the Americans would basically, after they finish like a raid or something, they would leave Aces of Spades behind as an attempt at psychological warfare. I say attempt because it didn't work, but it got the nickname of the Death Card. And they would start putting them in their helmets and carrying them with them. Eventually, they even asked major playing card companies to make packs of just Aces of Spades for them to carry with them. And so this is just sort of that subtle nod to both the military and just my general knowledge of the history and my style of doing things.
That is very, very genuinely very cool and very interesting. I'm so sorry. I feel terrible that I'm like, I don't know how to respond to things.
No, you're good.
Like,
I'm brain dumping. I am doing autism things right now.
We love an autism info dump.
Yes.
We so genuinely do. I'm always a big advocate for ADHD and autism and info dumping and like being so truly like passionate. I'm a big advocate for passion. No joke intended there.
I didn't see any joke. I took it the way you meant it. If there was some kind of bad joke in there, it went right over my head.
Hold on. Oh, there we go. I accidentally unplugged my microphone. I'm good now. We're good.
All is well.
All is well. I'm just kind of homestuck. Kevin, I can see what you're typing in the other chat. So you're talking about homestuck. I could not find a pose reference, so fuck it, we ball, right?
Yep, 100%. Come on. I'd like to get
the character they've given me is fairly simple, so it's more a matter of like, how do I fit personality in here, you know?
Trying to meet 2 lines in the middle here, and I don't think it's working. Oh, hold up. Aha! It worked. Ace of Spades and the theme. Yeah. You were making a Homestuck joke? Ace of Spades and I was making...
Yeah.
I'm gonna sound so horrible for asking this, but is Homestuck a movie?
The world is healing. The world is healing. No, Homestuck is a webcomic. Yeah,
Oh.
it's a webcomic from like 2009. It
Oh, I
ended
never
in
got
like
into webcomics. I didn't have access. I didn't have consistent access to the internet until my senior year of high school, which
lucky, perhaps for the best. Yeah.
yes, which was a good bit after 2009.
Yeah. It started in 2009. It really blew up in like 2015, 2016, around that area. So like when I was in middle school and high school, so like 2012 to 2017 was when that bubble was kind of huge.
I love how you.
What I think quite literally that entire like time period of high school.
Gaming is also like the world is healing. I didn't realize
Yeah.
I'd make so many people happy by not knowing something.
So yeah, Homestuck is often joked about as one of the four horsemen of the fandom apocalypse.
Oh no!
So were you around to witness Minecraft YouTube fandom in like 2020 when that was a whole thing?
Minecraft YouTube fandom?
So like Dream, Wilbur Soot.
I
The
do
Dream
know about
SMP.
Dream. Actually, a few of my friends showed me some of his speed runs, but I never got big into watching it. I think I was watching other things. I think I was just watching music on YouTube. I think that's all I used it for at that point.
That's so fair. There was a whole like Minecraft on YouTube and Twitch like came back into itself um for a period of time, like during pandemic and in 2021. Fandom was just heinous. It's as if like the worst fandom you can picture in your mind and then make it worse.
Multiply it by cancer. Got it.
Yeah. Tell me, okay, now I have a question. What is the worst fandom you can think of?
So this is weird. I'm just kind of a solitary functional. I don't really get into fandoms.
Interesting.
I just kind of say I do things my way. I'm gonna, take my own interpretations, and that'll be the end of it. Like, I try to make sure those interpretations are very well educated for that exact reason, but,
Right. Right. I'm trying to do like the triangle build a little bit here.
Right, logo lines, and then let's do. Excellent. This frame's gonna feel a lot faster to do than the other one I did. Maybe I can make any needed updates, like such as making room for the reactive on the other frame. Actually, yeah, no, that is quick because I've already got the base coloring done. That's
Nice.
a bit well, maybe I will have time to try and make my own reactive today.
Hey. Very nice.
Oh, shit. Oh, actually, yeah, since you guys probably saw this on the, in here, you probably saw this on Twitter already, but there's the thumbnail for the video coming up. The logo I did not draw, the little emote down in the corner I did not draw, that was made by an artist on Fiverr by the name of Soccer Art. They make emotes, and that is, that may or may not be available for an emote soon in my chat at some point.
Ooh, very nice.
Wait a minute. No, wait! I just remembered. The 100 goal was not the DLC giveaway. It was the addition of more emotes.
Ah.
that said I got to figure out how to do it because of Twitch limitations. And so what I'm thinking I might do is have a sort of randomly generated emote rotation where I could do, like, I could stick all the emotes and assign them numbers, stick them into a random number generator, and then on stream go through and be like, here's all the emotes, here's the options we got, let's roll our dice and see which one we get. We'll see which ones we get for this month. And we'd get emote rotations along with the others.
What an interesting way to do that.
That way you get to make a spectacle out of it, and they're not just, that way people know that things are changing, and that way they actually have something. It's like, it's not just like, oh shit, where'd my favorite emote go? Did you get rid of it? It's like, oh no, I rotated it and you didn't tell me why. It's just avoiding that whole conversation while also making it fun.
Yeah. The energy, I don't know if I knew, you guys might agree with me if you guys have ever heard of this streamer, but the energy you give me, Slice, is very Doug.
Who is Doug?
Doug is a Twitch streamer who does crazy, quote, experiments on his chat. I found him on YouTube.
Oh boy.
Just a little bit ago. Very funny though, very worth the watch. Just the name Doug twice, Doug.
Doug. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to model.
Oh, I'm forgetting how to draw a bald fist, apparently.
Cool. Made a note in my little planning Discord.
Nice.
All right, now let's get some highlighting onto these emblems here.
Yeah. Look, I just have to like do like a block finger, you know?
Oh, this one. Now, add, here we go. Nope. Cool. Clipping mask. Good. Nice. Oh shit, that line weight is way down.
How long have you been doing art for, Slice?
I just started.
Really?
Yes. My way of doing things, you just want a laser. I just saw Cool Gaming look over. A fun fact, apparently laser pointers over 1 milliwatt is considered a controlled weapon. I just want a laser pointer for D&D.
God. That reminds me, game. I have to message you about something later.
So my train of thought is gone. What were you saying before about art? Oh, right.
How long have you been drawing? What got you into art?
So it was more for a necessity. My thought process was, well, I'm gonna need a whole lot of art stuff, and oh shit, I need to make that layer assisted. Cool. My thought process was, I'm gonna need all this stuff, and I could either constantly like spend a crap load of money on making all this artwork that I'm gonna want to keep, growing, which is gonna cost a lot of money and is probably gonna be just a pain in the ass for artists because I'm very picky. I have things looking a certain way in my head and I want them to look that way, but I don't think I'm as good as I could be at explaining them in a way that makes it come out that way. And so between those two things, I'm just thinking I thought it would be a better idea for me to learn to draw myself, so that way I could just, rather than constantly ask people to make minor corrective changes and force someone else to deal with my perfectionism, I could just figure out how to do it myself, and that way I could just make what's in my head.
Understandable. And it is like a lot of steps and like readjustments, and especially in VTubing especially, there's a lot of art involved that I think a lot of people don't realize until they get into it.
Yeah. Better than AI art. Appreciate it.
Yes.
But yeah, I've got a lot of ideas. And the other thing is I want to do certain things with the artwork itself. Like, what is it? My brain was going somewhere with this. Right, I want my artwork to convey. I want to do two things with it. One, I want to make art posts that aren't just things that people look at. I want them to be things that people think about. So there would be like a message, or almost like a little mini story that associates that my character, that you would like associate with my character. So the other thing is, the artwork that I want to make is all going to be of me. It's sort of a selfish profession, because I mean it is for my channel, but I want to use it as sort of like an advertisement, if you will, for like, you know, channel growth. So, but rather than just making cool pictures of myself, I want to make cool pictures that send a message about who I am, because that's what I want people to come to my channel for.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So it could be like a little mini story of the captain on the ground picking up a wounded soldier and dragging him back to the dropship, even though that's well outside of his realm of responsibilities. And him saying something like, "Sir, why are you doing this? I'm just an infantryman." And basically I'd respond with something to the effect of, "You're one of my people, that means I take care of you."
Oh yeah.
And I would want my artwork to convey that.
And there's
so
a nice
it would be
that can come from like a personal art.
Yeah. Basically, I want my artwork to convey messages about what I want people to know about me. About, not necessarily about me, but like about, I guess, who I am. It's just, I want people to be able to know who I am the moment they walk in the room. And that's why, like, because as things are when I'm starting, is people come in and they have to figure it out and they have to determine if they like me or not. And then they use that to determine whether they want to stay. It's a long process. Or I could set the tone from the beginning and they could make the decision. It's just kind of advancing the process a step, is the way I see it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I should just draw stuff and shut up.
And obviously I think that like art should come from a passion, but it seems like you have a passion. Like this is your passion. Also, thank you, Hoshi. Say Muscle Man, and I don't think of Muscle-y Man. I think of Muscle Man, the character Muscle Man.
But yes, I wanted to learn how to draw because, well, I have a lot of ideas and I want to show off a lot of things, but I don't want to bother everybody to constantly do it for me because they're going to get sick of me real quick.
I'm sure, I'm genuine. Like if you find someone to work with, I always find that it's good to have like your own stuff and then someone you consistently work with. So like I make most of my own stuff, but I also have like I have people I work with consistently as well. Like the ability to draw is the most powerful skill is so right from Hoshi. Like I work with like 3 people consistently on top of myself. Like I do my own work, but then I work with like a person who does my layouts. Like I don't do any of my layouts because I can't do like any of that. When I'm unable to do any of my own emotes, I'll be going to Hoshi, and Hoshi also does a lot of my portrait work. I have one of my wonderful members of my community is making my actual like live 2D model.
That's good.
Which I am so insanely grateful for. Like, holy crap.
I get what you're saying, though. I definitely want to leave certain things to some people with more practice. Why are you not clipping to this? Oh, I forgot to set the clipping mask. That's why. I are smart. But like the emotes that I showed on the thumbnail, those I'm content to leave to the to like soccer art because they're very well done and very well made. And I like that particular style for the emotes, and that's not something I know how to copy, so I'm not going to try.
Right. I'm talking about Genshin Impact in my chat. I wish I could speak along with it.
Oh, I haven't played Genshin Impact, but I have been playing I did start playing Honkai Star Rail.
Also very good. I haven't even started Star Rail. I'm at least a little bit into Genshin.
I've only gotten through, I think, the second major storyline only recently. And, what was it? And there was a major redemption arc, and I'm all about redemption arcs. I love redemption arcs.
Hoshi literally screaming in my chat, Honkai Star Rail supremacy, Black Swan.
What?
No idea.
What?
What
Hold up.
side does
Am I missing something here?
No idea what the Black Swan thing is about.
Wait, why are you still not set to clip? What are you doing?
That's my other question. What art program do you use? I'm looking to move away from Photoshop after they've just released their newest beta announcement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been using I'm using Procreate off of my iPad. I bought an old iPad and a couple of cloth tip styluses, and those have been doing me kind of well. I did originally get some digital art gloves. Hey, Crumb! Welcome to the raid! Oh, hold up. I need to set the alerts. The alert box is underneath the frame. There it is.
Oh, gosh.
Whoops. Fix that.
Clip Studio Paint, join us. That's what I was looking at. I can't avoid Clip Studio Paint anymore. Every single one of my mutuals is like, ooh, Clip Studio Paint.
Clip Studio is a lot. What is it? Procreate was I got it on recommendation from a friend. Actually, real quick sidetrack. Crumb, how was your stream? I believe were you working on your game again?
I do still use Procreate when I'm unable to
Game dev?
if I need
Nice.
to be out and about. So I actually made a piece on my Twitter. It's in my Twitter, it's on Discord. But I made GameSibe's newest Twitter icon.
Ooh.
On Procreate. Had a lot of fun with that one.
Nice. Kitting out one model so it's easier for new to assemble. Ooh, nice.
A one-time purchase. Interesting.
So my friend Fulcrum, who just raided in, is working on his own game. He's developing his own game.
Holy shit, that's so cool.
And yeah, I believe he's 3D. I think he's doing some 3D printing. Crumb, not tabletop war game. Right. Like very similar in style to things like 40K and D&D with plastic minis that he's 3D printing, right?
Holy shit. Now I can be active in both chats. Cool Gaming Stuff has something on one on the computer and one on mobile, I think.
Closer to BattleTech and Bolt Action without the game plays. Nice. What was I thinking about? Oh, right. Back on the topic of Procreate and the iPad and such. Working with the iPad though is a little bit different. What are you using right now? Is it a software native to the PC or is it on a tablet?
Oh, I'm using Photoshop actually. So I am looking to migrate away from it, but it is Photoshop 2022. For years, I used Photoshop 2016 until I couldn't anymore, obviously. Until it went obsolete. And then I tried Fire Alpaca, hated it. I'm just getting hang of Procreate now. I'm just like, sorry, I'm like scanning all over the comment. I'm just getting like a flood of Clip Studio Paint, Clip Studio Paint, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah. So
Clip
I'm gonna
Studio
read through
Paint
that.
appears to be one of the most heavily recommended
Oh my God.
recommended in a lot of the art tutorials that I watched as well. But
Child let out like a gut-wrenching scream in the hallway. What the fuck is happening?
is everything good?
Yeah, everything should be fine. I have very rambunctious children that live next to me.
Ah, okay.
To say the least. 6 years of Clip Studio, love Procreate, but I'm looking to upgrade to a PC for art. Hold on. Hoshi, you're not using a PC for your art?
I mean, neither am I.
I want to like stream more of my. I have no idea how to do like iPad streaming for art on my PC.
There are a couple of different options. There's screen sharing. Crumb is like, there's people who use Clip Studio Paint, and then there's those like me, the mad lads who use GIMP.
You're still using GIMP? Oh my God.
But yes, so there are screen sharing softwares that will let you.
No, I'm impressed, Kevin. I'm mostly just impressed that Hoshi's been using an iPad.
He uses it for texture work for 3D. What was my brain doing? Procreate, right, software, iPad. So there are softwares that you can use to connect your PC and tablet over Wi-Fi, but I don't trust weird free softwares for that, and I'm not willing to pay money for the software licenses, especially for subscriptions. I don't trust software as much as I trust hardware, and I found that there are hardware solutions. So right now my tablet is hooked up to a USB to HDMI adapter, HDMI cable, which is then plugged into a thing called an Elgato Camlink 4K. That plugs into a USB.
An Elgato 4K. Yeah.
And that plugs into USB on your computer, and yeah, so that's what I'm using. It is a tad pricey though. Like the hardware between the adapter, the cable, and the Camlink. The Camlink is the most expensive part. Like that thing, like what is it? Like a restored one or like a used one is like $65. A brand new one is almost $100.
You got yours for $100? I think I got mine for like, oh gosh, I can't remember how much my Elgato costs.
Refurbished.
I have the screen capture, the Elgato 60 HD screen capture.
The Camlink.
I wish you luck in your money raising. You do amazing with a screen tablet. Sorry, please continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're good. But yeah, so the setup shows the hardware itself. I also had a bit of a headache with figuring out which hardware to use. I was acting off of recommendations, and she uses an older iPad than I do. So, and I originally just followed her recommendation and didn't think to check whether or not the Procreate software would be compatible. And the answer was that it wasn't.
Oh no.
So I ended up having to send the old iPad 3rd gen back. I had to send the 3rd gen iPad back. I also tried getting an Apple Pencil, but that was neither compatible with the 3rd gen nor this one, which is why I'm now relying on cheap cloth tip styluses that frankly just do a better job and are less of a hassle to work with, less buttons to worry about.
I will say I use somebody else's iPad whenever I have to use Procreate. I'm lucky enough for that. But they have the fact that you have to charge the Apple Pencil is really my major gripe with it. Move that ear forward.
That's fair. I just charge my iPad I just leave my iPad on the charger every night, like I do my phone.
You have to charge the pen.
Yeah, the pen is, that's probably a nightmare. Yours and Eros's reactions are not to using GIMP is not the first time I've gotten that reaction. I'm so used to the workflow in GIMP and any other open source programs that you're just invested in your open source stuff. Hey, that's fair. I mean, experience is everything. Like, if you can get, like, newest programs and software, the really only advantage to them, or at least the primary advantage to them in practice, is that they're usually easier to learn. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they do more or less. They usually do roughly the same things. It's just when you got acquainted to it.
Yeah. GIMP is definitely good for God, what is but for doing like 3D like the wraps for 3D models.
Yep, which he is
Like the way that
doing right now.
Yeah. You started GIMP in 2014?
Oh, damn.
The songs for Jelly Bean. Okay, I think I've got that hair good.
I'm looking to push towards more recorded content now that Helldivers is kind of going out the window. Definitely can't rely. Export the template. Oh, UV unwrapping. Export the template generated in Blender, then work on textures and seams in GIMP, and Bob's your uncle. Ah!
Yep, the UV is so much easier to work with in an open source program like that. I've struggled working with UVs in Photoshop when I have been doing UVs. I'm very like newbie with 3D modeling and Blender and all that. I just know a little bit from like editing VR chat models.
Oh, damn. I actually don't have VR chat. I feel like I should.
No, no. No. You're okay. It's for the best that you don't.
That was such a quick turnaround. Oh.
So I used to play VR chat.
Oh, Crumb, I'm talking more scripted recording content, but recording partners might actually... Ooh, having guest stars in for recorded content might be for like, even scripted really stuff might be really good. Also, Crumb is asking what you would like to know about, I believe, 3D modeling, Blender, and the like.
I don't have anything that I'm really looking for right now. If I can't really explain, somebody in my chat asked what UVs are, and I'm really bad at explaining what UVs are.
Hey, Crumb, what are UVs?
I'll let Crumb explain, and then I'll let Slicer read that explanation. Hoshi said, I've only played VR chat like once, and I have never been more afraid. VR chat is kind of spooky. Also, thank you for the heads up on the summer sale, Kevin. I will keep an eye out for that. I currently pay monthly. I'm currently paying monthly for Photoshop, so any like one-time payment would be great for me.
Oh yeah, that's the other big reason I'm using. I definitely wanted Procreate is money. Right.
Hi North. I know you can't hear me right now, but I'm actually working on one of Justin's characters. I do roleplay every now and again with North, so they know who this person's commissioner is.
All right. Okay, so Crumb says that UV is the coordinate system for putting 2D coordinates onto a 3D surface. Basically, it's how Blender maps a UV texture onto a 3D model. What does UV stand for? Because I assume it's not ultraviolet.
Also, shout out to Ami for redeeming my alternate skin. So that's 30 minutes of Demon Erosa. Boop.
Ooh.
Oh, that's my calculator, not a timer.
Hold up. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and pull up your stream on my side as well, because I feel like I should have done that to start.
Demon Erosa, my chat going feral. I'm paying $20 like a month for Photoshop. It's kind of stupid. And it's terrible. It's either $20 a month or $20 every couple of months. And it has great features and it's unlimited. It has like unlimited layers. It's
Yeah.
definitely in my chat berating me like, no, use Clip Studio Paint. What's wrong with you? Literally a couple months ago, I was like, everyone keeps telling me to use Clip Studio Paint, and I'm a little whiny brat who doesn't want to do.
Yeah, I don't want to change things. Come on. I'm so familiar with this one. What do you mean?
I'm autistic. I hate change.
Oh, I don't mind changing stuff. It's just, ugh. It's more just like,
Okay,
I'm already
okay.
used to this. Come on. You really want me
Oh
to...
my god, I'm being berated. Oh no.
I mean, to be honest, I've been looking, like, from some of the art tutorials, it seems like a lot of the functions are the same. For me, the problem is the hand-eye coordination of using a mouse to draw. And I'm assuming that the things like drawing tablets and the like are going to be way more agitating to get, to, like, in terms of price tag. Whereas for Procreate, all I had to do was get Procreate, get some cheap cloth tip styluses, and then get an old refurbished 5th gen iPad. The oldest I could possibly get. Oh, hold up.
Now they're berating you for the using a mouse.
Oh, I mean...
Hoshi, you can't berate about getting a tablet when you're using an iPad too. That's just
a mouse, get a tablet. I'm using a tablet. It's called Procreate.
Hoshi says, I have a tablet. I'm assuming you mean like a Huon or like one of like the simple Wacombs.
I'm going to change up how I draw that highlight because I just realized the angling of the... I'm sorry, I made comics for 5 years with a mouse on PC. It's because of muscle damage, but still.
Sorry, Hoshi, you have a screen tablet?
Yeah. Those are... I think I know what you're talking about. I've seen some of them. Don't wake up. They suck. God damn. We have unleashed the hordes with this conversation. Hot damn.
I didn't... Hey, I'll say this right now. I have a Wacom. I didn't buy it. I got it as a gift. It is an old-ass Cintiq. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it. My iPad is faster. Okay. My Cintiq was a gift. I was ready to be so mad. No. I was gifted a Cintiq. This Cintiq is as old as my high school diploma.
Damn.
So
LCD drawing tablets are pretty awesome, but they are pricey. Yeah.
Yeah. I plan on so first goal before new screen tablet is new computer.
Good idea.
So I'm hoping to do like a fundraising thing for something for that, because my computer cannot handle a live 2D model and Photoshop at the same time.
Ooh.
Which is a little bit devastating.
Yeah. I've been lucky enough to run pretty much the same rig ever since I got it, which was, God, probably like a few years. It's definitely a few years old at this point.
Thank you for the follow. Thank you for stopping by. Kevin, you're already making me a free live 2D model. You don't have to dip into your savings to help me get a new computer. The madman is here. I'm looking. I haven't looked deep enough into XP pens. But I have been wanting to look at like Huon screen tablets. Because they look so nice. And I believe that's what Rubber Ross uses. And I always have liked his content.
I know of him, but it's primarily through the other VTubers of VShojo that I've learned of him.
He's been kind of dipping into being friends with a bunch of VTubers, which I think is super funny, because I've known him since like oh gosh, I can't even think of what the fuck is that website called? Oh, it's where there was a bunch of animations and Flash games. It's where Friday Night Funkin' came from.
But the first thing that came to my mind was Cool Math.
Not cool, Matt. Newgrounds. Thank you. Thank you, chat. Newgrounds. I've been following Rubber Ross since Newgrounds. And then obviously followed him through Game Grump days. Cool Math. Yeah, Cool Math Gate. Yeah, Eager Raptor, Rubber Ross. Bigging, sobbing. Been using an XP pen since I was in grade 5. I'm 2 years out of high school now. Dang. Hi, Abby Stone. Welcome in. Somebody redeemed the Demon Erosa, so we've got that version on. Yeah, LCD tablets are definitely pricey, very much worth it. I will say I did have to force myself to get used to drawing blind again for the first time in years when we learned that my LCD tablet had an issue in like reading to my computer. So I had to basically work as if I was on like a blind tablet for like several months.
What's a blind tablet?
So basically so it's not a screen tablet. I call them blinds just because it's easier for me to understand. It's more of the hand-eye coordination kind of tablet where like if you lay it in front of you but you look up at your computer screen.
In front of you, but you look. Okay, yeah. See, that's
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing that I feel like I'd have the most trouble with is that hand-eye coordination.
You've owned 4 tablets, Kevin? Holy crap.
Holy shit.
I've owned 2. One of them was like a plug and draw, and one is my Cintiq currently. I think everyone's first tablet is almost like it's almost like that standard like black plastic or gray plastic that you just like plug into a USB in your computer and just draw with. And I do highly recommend that to people. You've had 3 and looking forward to number 4. Nice. I highly recommend if you are wanting to look into like drawing on your computer rather than your iPad slice, go for a Huon tablet. Get just like a standard Huon, just like a black. It's literally just a black square.
Okay. So, all right. Actually, you know what? No, I'm starting to bring out my friggin' human factors brain here. It just crossed my mind that it would be wiser for me to get used to that while I'm still learning rather than after I've already cemented my skill set on a different platform, because then I have to transfer everything instead of just something knowledge-wise.
Yeah, and that's the other thing is when you move from one drawing type to the other, it is hard. It is a learning curve. I'll finally put my background color down. It is like a major jump.
But yeah, that's usually my major primary gripe with I kind of based my gripe with not wanting to do blind tablets off of the fact that it's very, very difficult for me to write handwriting on a computer. And so I'm like, if I can't even write simple letters, forget my ability to draw things.
Heard me. It is super difficult. A lot of artists I know have really heinous handwriting. Digital and traditional. But my recommendation is if you're teaching yourself, throw yourself into the hardest, like the deepest end.
Yes.
You have the highest level of skill set at the end. If you're trying to move fast and quick, then you might as well start learning the way that you want to draw.
Yep. That's
And then you go back and then you learn the fundamentals, obviously. Um, and everyone's like self-teaching style is different.
I don't
There's a people that
mind.
work, people that
I
doesn't.
no, sorry, continue.
No, you go, you go.
I'm thinking that it was probably smarter for me to learn the fundamentals first, just because of the way that my brain works. I function by taking everything and constructing it into a vast assembly of. I try to break everything down to as basic of building blocks as possible, and then reconstruct them into whatever it is I'm trying to deal with. So
And that's how you
it.
should that's how you should function on things. And if you already have that mindset, then definitely dip into that. Look into anatomy studies, look into training yourself with videos. Because art and especially like humans especially are just shapes.
Mhm.
Everybody's shape.
That is, I have definitely heard the fact that it's just that people are assembly, that everything is an assembly of shapes. And like, it's weird. I've only just started learning artwork and I'm already looking at Artwood has a few free courses. Okay, I'll take a look. They cover the bare essentials. That's good. Right now, like I've been watching a lot of YouTube tutorials and things, and right now I'd say the thing that I'm definitely going to have the most trouble with is going to be anatomy and color theory.
Color theory is one of my favorite things to actually study. And has been actually what I've been mostly looking at fairly recently, funny enough.
Artwad, sorry. Continue.
Um, but no, yeah, color theory is mostly what I've been looking at, funny enough, lately, other than
Mm.
my anatomy studies. Um, just because like I like my art, but I want to like next level it.
Mm.
And then one piece of information and advice that I give every single person that I talk to who's like, I want to become an artist and I want to like get into this and is really dedicated to it is be okay. Be okay with the fact that you're gonna make a lot of really bad art.
Mm.
Even when you're good. Even when you're good, there's gonna
Yep.
be art that you make that you hate. And that's okay.
It's the same thing with video editing. It's 100% the same thing. Um, because there are so many shorts that I put up on my channel that I absolutely despise the quality of, but I put them up there because I'm like, I need something, and I also get to mess with them at least a little bit.
Right?
So,
And everything is a learning process. You learn, okay, here's what I do like, here's what I don't. Here's and then funny enough, I joke about this, but steal art from your friends. Not in the way of like posting their art without their permission, but like find what you like in other artists.
yes.
Find what you find fascinating in other people's art.
See, I feel like if the images that keep popping up in my head are more so concept art style. So, so the things like wallpaper, oh, I need to see if I can find something and just pull it up real quick. I have an idea. I'm going to real quick pull up a piece of concept art. Is draw this in your style. It's a fun way to learn. Ah, yes. I've seen a lot of things about various studies. I don't like practice. I like to just do things, but
nobody does. And then that's your thing is if you don't like to practice, draw every single day. Make that your goal. I make it a goal for myself. Because that's how I got better in high school is I drew every single day. Even if it's sketches on pieces of paper at work or yeah, Hoshi's making great comments and I love
concept art. Yep.
I love everyone conglomerating in the chats.
Where is the come on. Where is the fucking
Imagine knowing color theory couldn't be me.
Yeah. Hold up. There it is. Wait, no. Hold up. Not this one. I want to go to the pledge store real quick. I'm pulling up a spaceship game that I play that I'm thinking about using as somebody
like,
gave me
it's
the
really
idea of using it for recorded content because actually real quick, I'm just gonna pull something up and show you kind of the tone I'm thinking of. Like art style roughly. Where is the
Okay, I feel like we've got a good
almost like this, but like with less fine detail, almost like a little blurry, I guess. Download image. Save image as. Where is it?
Personally have mixed feelings on Steal from Friends messages that actually led me to compare my work to them for years, including now. Instead, I have the mentality of avoiding others' art sometimes to stop the self-degrading cycle. That's a very interesting way to go about that.
Yeah.
And I understand entirely what you mean. I ended up, what I've done a lot is I do find myself comparing myself to my friends a lot too. And I feel like I do this weird thing where instead I go out of my way to be like, okay, well, my friend I think has better art than me, but what do I like about their art? Well, I like the way this friend draws their eyes. So I draw all of my female characters with these big blocky eyelashes because my friend Tess draws her models with these big blocky lashes. Or I draw chests a specific way because another artist I saw draws them a specific way.
Here it is. So here's that. This is very pixelated. But this is from a video game called Star Citizen.
Ooh, kind of that very like quick and sketchy paint style.
This is a lot grittier. The actual image it feels a little more detailed. I think it's because it's compressed size-wise.
Yeah.
But that is roughly, I'm thinking a little more gritty, a little more what's the word? Like I would want the lines to be a little less defined. Like sort of going back to that example of picking that soldier up off the battlefield.
Yeah.
Sort of like, oh, there's a specific, hold up, let me see if I can find the brush that I'm thinking of that might represent it. Not painting.
So Hoshi, that's kind of exactly what I'm going for.
Yeah, sorry, it's like
what you love.
Paintbrush type, like an actual paintbrush type thing.
Yeah. It looks like somebody like watercolored it or like slapped like gua sha on the page.
Yeah, or they use like a very coarse paintbrush. Make these like long, wide strokes to make up the lines.
Like a very large brush.
Cool. I think I've completed the Helldivers frame. Actually, I may want to put some shadows in here.
We ended up completing something at the same time, funny enough. I ended up finishing up my rough sketch.
Nice. I think I need to add some shadows, so I'm technically not done yet.
I'm just cleaning up. Obsessed with concept art ever since I saw the art book for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse and the concept art for Arcane. Oh, both very good concept arts to find fascination in. I am obsessed with the art in Into the Spider-Verse. One of my favorite art books, though, is they have an art book for the Last of Us series. And the concept art for that game is just beautiful. I have like a love, like such a deep love for like a lot of Naughty Dog games, but especially The Last of Us.
Crumb, can you think of an example of an impressionist style painting? I might be able to like look it up and see if that's what I'm thinking of.
Game side with the 90 bits. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I'm also trying to think of impressionist painters. Oh, that reminds me. You have a reminder for daily check-in. I gotta do a reminder message for my stream
Ah, yes. Don't forget to make your merit draws, guys. Remember, the Marines currently hold the title for the victory emote. Maybe you might want to take it from them.
What is... Oh, you get to pick?
Yeah, you get to choose which branch you want to root for.
I'm doing the Air Force, obviously.
Nice.
I got an 8!
Nice.
Yes.
And as you may have guessed, because I am because my thing is the Ace of Spades, the Ace is worth the most cards. I mean, worth the most points.
Those are worth 13.
14.
14.
Yeah, I include the Joker.
13, then?
I include the Joker as part of the draw.
So do you do face cards at 11, Joker at 12, and Ace at 13?
Oh no, Ace is last. Oh, Crumb, I only have 3, and because my theme is that I'm a spacefaring dude. The infantry are just like ground forces are just kind of sort of clumped together. So I thought about it, and I decided that it would make more sense lore-wise just to kind of squash them together, and I ended up picking the Marines because they're deploying from a naval vessel. Well, space naval vessel. So, no, there is no army. Sorry. But, I didn't.
Space Marine, yeah.
I did put some serious thought towards it. It just didn't. I couldn't find a way to make it make sense.
Okay. I feel like, are we gonna... Might be able to call this good.
I'm expecting the incoming message being like, you disappoint me.
Kronos with the sub. Thank you for the resub, Kronos. Hi, Goober. Welcome in. We goobin. Okay.
Can't get this to look right.
I think I could actually, like, we were talking about, like, inspiration in art and, like, the people that you want to, like, model your art off of.
Mm-hmm.
I can actually tell you, just by, like, looking at my art, where each of my inspirations came from.
Really?
Yeah. A lot of my eyes, and noses are based off of a friend of mine that I'm not really very close with anymore, but we talked a lot, and I very much took inspiration off of, like, the way they draw noses and the way that they draw eyes. A couple of friends used to draw, like, little lines on the noses. I do that. I have a new line art, quote, air quotes, line art style that I got from somebody I used to be mutuals with, and then refound when I rebranded. Where they draw their art in, and then instead of, like, cleaning up with line art, they just erase around it, so it's very soft looking.
Mm.
And they use, like, a soft-edged pen. I use a bunch of, like, shading tutorials from things I've seen on the internet years ago. I've been using the same shading,
Oh no, Crumb, I didn't. I was listening.
device. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. Crumb was wondering, you know, go ahead.
No, you do disappoint me, though.
Yeah.
That's funny. But yeah, I can literally see, like, the inspiration across my art, which is super fun. And I'm excited to see what I
smudge
I
tool
grab.
for the win.
God, I love the smudge tool.
Oh my god. I just turned what felt like really shitty airbrush shading into what feels like what feels like almost cell shading now, by accident.
Oh?
What do you think of the edge of this symbol here?
Ooh,
like, this
nice.
is what, that's what, like, they were, like, it was just, hold on, let me just undo a few pieces here. Like, that's what it was a few minutes ago, or now.
Oh, I see. I see what you mean.
Mm-hmm.
Very good.
Smudge tool saves everything.
Functionally created a false cell shade.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm now gonna try applying that to the other highlights and see if I can make that stick a little more. Ooh. Oh, that cleaned up that edge very nicely. Let's try it on the others. Wait, nope. Yes.
I gotta like stretch out. Thank you for the lurk, game sub.
Hold up. Now I've got like excess on the outside here. Right, because this line isn't perfectly... It worked a lot better on that one because of the, Worked a lot better on that one because that one was masked correctly. This one isn't. I really need to get better at using my layers.
I understand. I became like a crazy person about layers when I tried making my first model. Oh my gosh. Did you so we talked about not recently but like a while ago about your Life 2D model. You did not make your own model. Yeah, you...
No, I have not made any of my own models. I do not think I have the skill set required to make my own model anytime soon.
Someday soon.
Perhaps.
Maybe. But do you know how many layers go into like making a Live 2D?
I watched a video on it not too long ago. The answer is a fuck ton.
Yeah, the answer is in fact a fuck ton.
Like I've seen that you can even have like separate layers for like shadows, highlights, the different like components of the eyeball. Holy shit.
The mouth itself is at least like 10 parts.
Oh my god.
Not including the separate layers for each thing.
Mm-hmm. I think
Sometimes I feel that I draw on my guideline layer too much. It's fucking frankly evil. Hoshi is already at 100+ layers on his model.
Holy shit.
That is insane.
Oh, that's why I'm having issues. There are actually freaking lines on the... That explains a lot. I don't know how those got there.
Darkness line art. Oh, that's so good. It's my favorite part.
How did you guys get there? I didn't draw you.
That's always the thing where I'm like, how did this thing happen to this page? I don't remember doing that at all.
Glad you're only leaning on how to rig your 3D model for potential V streaming in the future. Yeah. Oh, you're looking at using models as well. I think at some point I do want to eventually get to using a 3D model just because I use my hands a lot when I'm talking to people.
The bow on my skirt has 6 layers alone.
Holy shit!
Oh my gosh. There's a bow that sits in the middle of my chest of my model. Oh my gosh. Most Live 2D models you will see nowadays are close to or over 1,000 layers.
Holy fuck.
What?
That makes a lot of sense, and suddenly I understand why they're so fucking expensive.
Sorry, I said skirt. I meant to say shirt. You said shirt, Kevin. I'm the one who messed up.
You proceeded to say the bow on your chest next, and I picked up on it.
Yeah.
That said, though, I think we're done with our Helldivers video frame. Unless we want to try and actually, we could try and stick some shading on the back edge here.
I'm so sorry, gamers, but Erosa Demon has to disappear back to silly bright pink Cupid. Mine isn't fancy due to the lack of knowledge, and I can get base rigging in art. I'm very, you don't have to do this to me for free. Please let me pay you, Kevin. Please let me pay you. No, not disappear. What? Hoshi said, I don't think so. Hoshi said, no, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna thin this out. Soften the layers.
All right, now let's try smudging this real quick.
What I will say I like a lot about having a PC tablet is that I can have ridiculously large canvas sizes. One of my favorite things is all of my canvases are at minimum 3,000 pixels.
That's the major thing about you doing. Kind of talked to some avatar artists and before, and you got shouted at because your character wears a helmet and never takes it off. Hence the major thing about you doing all of your own art. Okay, that's fair. I mean, my character's got a mask that never comes off.
Yeah. I want bigger canvas sizes so bad. I love details. It's my favorite thing. Yeah, so this is actually a 3,000 by 3,000. Some of my pieces, Ami's piece, let me pull up Ami's piece actually.
Damn, Crumb.
My normal is 18,000 to 14,000 just to raise the DPI. Hold on. I'm gonna show you why I make my raise the DPI. So my pixels per inch, I actually do end up raising, but I still make my canvases huge. So this one is actually, I think this is only like, yeah, it's 4,000 by 2250. And then it's either 1,000 or 1,500 pixels per inch. But the level of detail you can do when that is how big your canvas is, you can get real detailed. Like zoom in on these toes.
Toes.
I have.
Careful, we can't say toes on the internet. People are gonna lose their minds.
Oh God! Oh no! But, like, I can get real detailed on Ami's face. Toes for free? 25 by 25 with a 300 DPI. There's no reason for it to be that detailed. I want it to be detailed. 2D is expensive, Kronos. I just saw that.
All right. Let me see. Share PNG.
I think what I saw. Plus, I have a terabyte hard drive. So my pieces are not actually tanking my computer too bad.
Nice.
God.
I'm gonna go real quick.
But like I can get in, and this was the one I was really sad about. I had to turn off my glow layer.
I can't pull it off without killing my screen.
When I was doing shading and such, one of the details that got lost was not that layer. Oh, was it that layer? No, it was not. If I can find the right layer to turn off. There we go. One of the details that I lost was this hang. And I did really, really hard work on this, and I got really sad. Your information harms me. I did this wicker chair, and I had to cover it up with shadows. And I got kind of lost, which is kind of devastating.
I move
I'm so very proud of
this.
it, though.
Will I lose? Yeah, it fucks up the highlights, but that's okay. At the very least, if I move this down, then I have a space up top for the alerts.
But like, I so proud of this. I feel like it was worth the.
This is good. You must be proud of your
Worth it
work.
for that. I'm very proud of this. This took me several weeks to do. This is my longest piece so far.
Which piece?
um,
Or is it?
I actually have it up on my. Thank you, Kevin. I actually have it up on my screen right now. If you want to look at it.
Either my screen's frozen. Oh, let me refresh. There it
Canvas up
is.
starts
My
to
screen
Libby,
was
and then we'll be
frozen.
able
That
to use
explains
this
why.
thumbnail for YouTube.
Oh wow.
And I typically compress images if I need to for like size stuff, or I'll resize before I hand it off to a client. But I will typically draw my pieces fairly large.
Hmm.
But yes, this is the piece I just finished. It is Ami Lavendir's offline screen. I had a super fun time with this piece. She's actually a Filipino creator, and so I had to make her offline screen a beach in the like a specific beach in the Philippines, and it was a super fun time.
There's a lot of difference there.
No, save changes. Ooh. We're gonna set the timer for Deep in Rosa, so you guys get an extra like 5 minutes. Taking my ADHD advantage of it. Lots of Jelly Bean songs on the playlist tonight. Okay.
All right, I see it. That's good. I believe that as is. Canvas at that size can be good. Never be able to use that in a thumbnail for YouTube. Ah, yeah. Are you referring to a 3000 by 3000?
Yeah. You have to always have to resize for.
Yeah, I ended up setting up a. I have a canvas size specifically for YouTube thumbnail sized.
Yes, I do as well. Teaching myself 3D animation to build a stream starting screen to have my cyborg models marching in the background. That's so cute. Can I
Ooh.
share with the class the shenanigans I've been working on this evening? Yes, please, Kronos. You can pop those in the Discord if you want. I'll take a look at those.
All right.
Slice, you and Kronos have both been very, uh, like amazing to watch. Like non-artists just pick up art and run with it, like full tilt. It has been very amazing to watch. Very impressive.
Thank you. Just, I mean, it's, I guess, the best. I mean, what place? The number one piece of advice that I get for pretty much everything. Crap, you forgot to end your stream after the raid. But just the primary piece of advice that I understand for wait, nope, shit. Switched my screen by mistake. My bad. I was looking at the wrong thing. Where's my brain going with this? I was going with somewhere.
The biggest like the piece of advice you've
biggest piece of advice that I've generally seen is if you're picking up some kind of artistic activity is to just full send it. Like, even if you don't know what you're doing, just full send your way into it and you'll pick stuff up on the go. Also just kind of follows the general pattern that, at least in my experience, has been fuck around and find out, except on the software side. Fuck around and
find out, yeah.
Sometimes I like to joke that I weaponize the fuck around and find out process to find my way through things.
Weaponize it to your advantage.
Yep. All right. Well, I finished the frame. Now it's time to start the reactive. The question is, what the hell am I going to make?
What kind of reactive are you hoping to put on the screen? Like, a face, something else.
I was thinking of almost a basic, very basic, chibi-styled, you know that, like, meme of, like, the goose with the eyes glowing honk, where it just rears back its head and then slams it forward with the eyes glow, and it's just like, honk!
Yes.
I was thinking of modifying that for my character.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That'd be very funny.
Oh, Crumb, see, my expectation, I make it a point to keep my expectations on the floor when I don't know what I'm doing, and then I do research to fix that first. Like, I think I made a playlist of videos on YouTube of just all of the advice that I observed to try and figure out how the hell to get myself started.
Yes. I think I literally have like a folder on YouTube of like videos to rewatch again.
All right, now the question is, I gotta make sure my thing is the right size. Hold on, what the fuck am I gonna do here? Maybe I should use a smaller screen.
To draw hair. Depends on the kind of style you want. Some people do like, if you can like see, like I do mainly like large blocks with like small defining portions. My suggestion is never do like every single strand. Try and do like, yeah, the actual answer is references. What I do is like big, like, again, shapes. Big empty shapes, just like the outlines. And then like shape around that. I wish I had a better answer than that.
Entire playlist of Blender things I tend to forget too easily.
Understandable.
All right. I think we can use like a sketch layer on this one, but Curve area modifiers used a lot for doing pipes and power cables. What the hell was I thinking? Right, rename.
Yeah, me too, Hoshi. I've been listening to this song too much. I don't condone anything in this song, but my god, it goes hard.
Let's see. What, extrude manifold? Maybe once in a blue moon. Okay. Let me see.
Just like standard white boy? Is that, yeah? Okay.
Trying to figure out.
Oh, I'm so mad at myself. Okay, well, I have to fix this. Look back at my reference. Hi North, welcome back. I'm drawing one of Zen's OCs. Ethan, who I don't think you have roleplayed with, but that might be in one that we're gonna do in the future. But I just look back at the reference and he's wearing a Letterman jacket, not a sweatshirt. So I can keep the pockets, I just gotta remove the hood.
No, fuck. I'm doing this wrong. Damn, I'm not even sure what I want this to look like.
I had fun movement in that zipper.
Let's do, there it is. Right, start with a stick figure. I can do that.
Great news, Jelly Bean. That had like
Cool.
zipper is they use. Why is it a Letterman jackets used? style. I don't know.
Cool. Let's do next. Name.
Hi, Fiery. Hello, hello. You do not know him. That's okay. Okay. I'm gonna make that brush.
All right, now return to this one. Nope. Cool. Now we will make that one.
So much harder to do this kind of color than the hood I have.
All right. Time to figure out how to draw a chibi model.
Crash course.
I know that my reactive is kind of a chibi-ish model, so I'm going to use that as kind of a reference here.
Hey, Ellen. Thank you. Got on a commission for a friend of mine.
I think I'm going to combine the sort of visual that my reactive has going on right now and combine it with these sort of very, very simplified graphics that Haruka uses for her reactive.
Oh, like the kind of the chibi and like the more.
Yeah.
I think Haruka's reactive is very cute.
It's adorable. And hers and her friend Ariel's definitely come from the same artist.
I definitely think so, yeah.
I think it's absolutely hilarious that hers is the that hers is basically like whenever she speaks, her mouth is just like massively drooling. It's just hilarious to me.
It's very funny. And the style on it is super cute too. I'm drawing a commission for my friend Zen. This is his OC Ethan, who is actually it's actually a Danganronpa OC.
Cool.
Parker's reactive. It's funny, it's cute in hell.
Shouldn't have done. Yeah. And then Ariel's is kind of just hilarious because it's her just laughing her ass off at somebody who's done something stupid.
Okay. Oh, that's just straight up black pen. I wanted that to be like.
I just feel like the fact that both of them just look like these very, very simplified drawing styles just makes it so much better. Well, then what the hell am I doing here? I think I'm going to choose a different brush.
One of my favorite things that I've taken with me from other artists, and we were talking like every friend is almost like an art master, and you are always like a student to your friends. One thing I've always like taken with me from like other friends is colored line art. Is making my line art not just like a stark black.
Not making it just a stark black.
Yes. Yes. Rather
So
than
like I'm doing
a
right now.
well, for your art style that you're going for, it makes sense, the stark black. I always just find it fun in softer looking pieces. I always find it helps with that softness. I always like to make my art look almost like glowy. And I found that like colored line art helps.
Yeah, colored
Yeah,
line art
Hoshi-
is something I should probably change to at some point. That point is just not going to be today.
Hoshi agreeing with me in the chat, going, yeah, colored line art is a must. Doing red so I can make sure I'm actually getting everything colored. They're so similar, but I know that they're different enough off of my tablet. My tablet is very warm toned. I think it's true tone, maybe? If I recall. This looks almost one like
You know what? I'm just going to go full head empty for this one. That's going to do me a better job of capturing the art style of Haruka's reactive.
of the just like head empty, no thoughts.
Yeah, just draw stupid.
Oh, this is it's definitely not a must for everyone from Hoshi. Makes the line art less harsh. Oh, I have so many messages I missed. Oh my gosh. Depends on the art style, and no, it's not a necessity to create amazing art. It makes the line art less art. It's definitely a necessity for not a must for everyone. And then from Kevin, it makes it feel less stagnant. The fact that pure black is almost a computer exclusive thing takes away from the potential illusion of it being a tangible thing. Here, I thought we were supposed to be doing the introspective art conversation, and my chat's popping out banger after banger.
Yeah, just dropping line after line like fucking the laws of nature here. Turn down the eraser size a bit here.
Gosh, you're right, Jellybean. It is just all of your bangers playing tonight. Okay, I feel like I've got him done.
You know, this was definitely the right brush to pick for the actual art line work. Because it's called marker. I'm literally drawing like in a freaking Sharpie. And it strikes me as I'm drawing this is exactly how Haruka's thing is made. It's drawn in friggin' Sharpie.
Oh my gosh. From Fulcrum, I used to be part of a certain horse-based fandom staring at you, brownies. And having to unlearn black outlines to get better at looking characters pain in the ass. Now it's almost second nature when I do color art. Interesting. You're all doing awesome art. I'm here futzing with handles on the APC. Ooh. I do not envy you. Blender and yes, I was a brony. Hey, no judgments here. I'm like actively watching through My Little Pony right now. No judgments in this house.
Let's see. Upright line art. I feel like we had more conversation ideas when we started.
I know.
My brain is just like zone art.
Art.
Draw the things.
I wanted to go back since I wrote one of the major sci-fi epics on film fiction.
The who and the what now?
I have no idea. Honestly, art does that. Art empties my brain. My chat can attest. I get real quiet sometimes during art streams. Where I'll just like zone in and forget that I'm like dealing with people and that I have to like be entertaining.
Nope.
The main fan fiction site for My Little Pony is film fiction.
Right, I have a mask. Hold up. Let me draw that first.
Interesting. I have never heard of that site before, I don't think. With it, fanfiction.net. You still get people who ask you, Future Tactics, the war game. So I've known of only a few My Little Pony medias that have gotten really big, one of them being apparently a Fallout AU.
An APC model. I mean, hey, crumbs, someday I'll probably try drawing an APC.
What's an APC?
Armored Personnel Carrier.
Ooh. Yeah, don't envy you. Full lines if it's tucked into the shirt. Drawing an APC and model. Yeah, no, I know.
Modeling an
Request
APC.
your hay. No, I
I know you're modeling
APC
one. I'll
still.
probably try drawing
Yes.
one eventually.
Oh, oh gosh.
Well, actually, no, it
Both
won't
of
be an
you.
armored personnel carrier. It'll be a dropship. It'll be scary. It'll have wings and engines.
Both of you, insane.
I'm a military-themed character. I gotta learn how to draw military things. The nice thing is they're really just giant flying shapes.
I just looked at your stream, Slice. This is a hilarious model so far. Reactive.
Told you, it's
Oh
supposed to
my
look stupid
goodness.
as shit. I haven't even figured out how to put the hair on yet.
The simplification of the eye.
Hold up. Oh god, that just looks wrong. Rosa, that eye just looks horrifying. The one that I just made.
Oh, just just a pure circle.
The You Angie sticker that I have that was due to the Golden Cyborg Gaming being a Muppet one day and I made art. Yes. I would like to see this.
I wish you luck, Kevin. Guns and cars are my mortal drawing enemy.
Guns and cars?
I refuse to do like mecha stuff because I can't do mechanics at all.
I'm actually thinking I might try drawing at some point just a concept art of my, of the main, so some of the lore behind my character is that he's a space battleship captain, but the battleship is actually a battle carrier. So it's got a fighter wing that operates off of the back end. And to basically work with the tech and the limitations, I decided to use an F-15 as a reference, which is really easy because it's a box with triangles and wings on it. But
I'm over here like I would rather draw bird wings than anything mechanical.
yeah, see, I can't wrap my head around feathers. Hold up, I have been sent the sticker. I must pull this up. What the fuck is this? Crumb, would you like me to show this on stream?
So intrigued.
What the fuck am I looking at?
Hold on.
Go right ahead, he says. Okay.
Oh boy. I didn't see that.
Oh my god, what in the actual literal hell? Add source. Downloads. Holy shit, there it is.
I'm gonna look.
What in the fuck is this?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. That's really funny.
Yuangi. Done entirely in GIMP with a mouse? Jesus Christ. Okay. That shit's disappearing now.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, whoa,
and very
nope.
funny.
Don't delete the Discord audio.
Don't mute me. I can't be silenced.
That almost went poorly.
I'm finally listening to every person who has ever spoken to me ever about making painting digitally, and I am finally using the bucket tool.
Ah. Oh, did you originally try painting everything by hand before?
Oh, for the longest time.
Oh yeah, I immediately started using the fill tool as soon as I found out about it because I'm just like, heh, easy mode. Nope, wrong one.
Have you heard, damn bro, why can't I type? Have I heard what?
Oh my god, that looks so much worse.
Oh. Oh. You go, huh?
I feel like I've just created something illegal.
Change the mouth. I think the mouth is where the issue lies.
Possibly.
Get rid of the mouth and get rid of the ear.
And let's put on the hair first because I'm pretty sure the hair droops over that side anyway. So let's just ignore the ear.
Yeah.
Try to get the hairline right and then sort out the mouth.
Have you heard of... I love Willwood, Kevin. You're talking to the right person. The fill tool is so funky sometimes. I love coloring by hand. Especially on Procreate, the fill tool is my enemy.
Yeah, I figured out how to use gap tolerance almost immediately. Did you make the your face is stupid SpongeBob face meme as an effort? No, Crumb, I'm going for the friggin' goose honk with the eyes glow thing. I'm just right now, there's gonna, like, the eyes are gonna be glowing here in a bit, but I need to make the friggin',
Different material.
You need more memes. What do you mean I need more memes?
I'm so normal. Just freaking out in chat. I have a lot of... I love a lot of Will Wood's musics. I love a lot of the stuff from the Self-ish album. I think is my favorite of Will Wood. Suburbia Overture, I'm a huge fan of. Love Me Normally. I'm You Myself. Itch is a part of my brain that I don't think I want to address. Everything is a Lot is a great album. I love Selfish though. Talking about a musician. Can I ask what your method is for the hair?
Bold of you to assume I have one. That is a method. I don't fucking have one. Method? What method?
Every like Will Wood song I've ever known has just like left my mind. I turn off that white layer to make sure I actually paint the white parts on this Letterman jacket, or I'll like explode. I just gotta do this thing where I make the color behind a different color. Oh, what's complementary to blue?
Yellow?
Orange.
Orange.
Orange. Orange.
that doesn't even look right. Not even close. That actually looks worse.
Oh, we're playing some Chapel Ronin. I finally added Chapel Ronin to my stream playlist. So glad I did. I've been obsessed with her recently. Gold buttons on orange trim with a full blue jacket and lining.
Like
No,
every
so
artist in the world is watching this piece and just cringing in absolute pain.
I feel like try to make it more like a big circle.
Huh?
Rather than like a pinch corner mouth.
Okay.
And not like a big circle, like a Cicada Days, that's the other one. Cicada Days is genuinely one of my favorite Will Wood songs. Yeah, that's a better mouth though. What's going on with your slice?
That I told you, I have no fucking idea. I don't know how to draw hair.
Kevin, because of you, I'm putting oh. I'm so sorry. Demon Erosa is going away again. So sorry, friends.
Not very long.
Bean! Oh my god! Industrial style. Industrial style music. Do you guys want this to be the permanent model? Jeez.
I feel like I need to move on to actually coloring this.
She's my wife. Shrug. After this song, I will be playing Cicada Days. Putting it in, yeah, because it's in my like songs. Ooh, love it so much. There we go. It is. You're thanking me, but thank you for reminding me of that song. I genuinely.
What the
And
oh shit, that's why.
Fulcrum, I'm just changing the background to orange so I can do the parts that are white on the outfit. So I don't do it wrong, you know?
Nope. That's definitely not gonna help.
The buttons will become blue in a minute. I'm trying to figure out how to do like a wool texture if I can.
Oh, what the hell is this? I'm gonna fuck with this just because I can.
Me who listened to it exclusively for a 2-hour
Oh,
bus ride.
no way.
I lied, it was more than once.
Hold up. I need to turn the size down a bit.
Yeah, no worries.
Come on. Oh, wait. Oh, nope. Definitely not that.
I'm trying to... Gotta fix the waistband on these jeans. Definitely not that.
No, that looks too clean.
There we go. That's better.
I think I need thinner line weight for the mouth. That's why it looks dumb. Oops.
That might help.
Shit.
Oh, I forgot how sad Cicada Days makes me regret to see how good of an idea this was.
Kinda helps.
Grows like moments and butterflies. Me procrastinating the eyes and just working on the hair. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that, Kevin.
Actually, that was not half bad. Might enjoy the industrial techno band Grendel.
Grendel.
Perhaps.
I'll have to look into that later. The night bring. Oh, Kevin, you're making me think about if North and Jellybean are still in chat. This song makes me think a lot about the boy. This makes me think a lot about that blonde boy. Thinking about my little guy, my D&D character.
Shit. Actually, no, we're gonna leave that.
Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna pop some flats on. And then I will maybe tell you about my D&D boy.
Right now, the hair looks a little less stupid.
Oh, have you adjusted your hair?
I shaved off all of the little spikes. I wouldn't. Improved is not the word I would use. Prepared for further adjustment is the word I would use.
Maybe that's better. I'm like, I don't want to be mean, but I don't know.
No, you better be angry about this. This is stupid.
I've accidentally made like the babiest of girls with this commission. I'm not mad about it though, and I'm sure my commissioner would be happy with this outcome. I make some pretty baby girl OCs.
Holy shit.
Long and short, for my D&D character, the song I'm currently playing on stream reminds me of oh, hold on, best part of the song.
Oh no. Speaking of D&D, I just opened Twitter and saw the dumbest fucking thing. Fillion has apparently posted that she's looking for a dungeon master for a one-shot with her, Vidal, and Neuro, and others. Like, oh.
The nightmare rotation.
Like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, Shut up, Crumb. It's a work in progress. I'm debating because I did DM 5e Dungeons & Dragons once. And I stopped because I couldn't handle how many loopholes my players were exploiting. But I think I'd have an easier time messing with players who are just brain dead than I would playing with engineers. And I'm like, should I? Should I DM?
Full honesty, I have been wanting to play D&D again for a long time. But the character that I'm talking about was from a game I played on my past life. So if you understand any of these contexts, big X hands, do not go looking up this information of privacy and respect for myself and my party members. But I had a character whose name was Pectus, and I love him to death, and he was the crowned prince, and he snuck out as a knight. And not only was he the crown prince, he was the crown princess. He's a trans mask, and a lot of the shit about him made me real sad.
Oh no.
It was a very story-heavy game.
Which game was it?
D&D 5e, but a lot of it was homebrew.
Oh!
Purely homebrew, like, game.
Oh no, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm going to DM, so Fillion's posted listed that she should, people should DM, and I'm debating. I want to say I would love to DM for you guys, and I love homebrewing magic and magic items.
I do love homebrew magic items. I think they're so fun.
if you guys want to, so I would be happy to start all of you with custom-made magic items.
we
Crumb, find Fillion on Twitter and DM her yourself. I want to do it.
Making it out of the volunteer me for it slice.
Oh my god.
So you're going in like strands on the hair. What you're gonna want to do that might make it look a little bit better. If this is okay that I tell you, I hope this isn't like unwarranted advice. I'm so sorry.
Speak. I will take all of the advice. Remember, this is literally a stupid drawing.
You're doing little like strands.
Yes.
My suggestion is do like chunks. Do like big chunks.
So like that. Oh shit. That, but shorter.
Not like draw the outline of it.
Okay. Oh
Like
yeah,
triangles.
right. I know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing that advice as well.
Create your large shape and then carve your teeth out.
Problem is, I have a lot of trouble shaping hair.
Why did my OBS went to my other screen? Ew. I want to do a D&D stream, Kevin. I want to do D&D again.
See, the problem is, like, my character's supposed to look scruffy, but I'm trying to make him look scruffy in a way that doesn't make him look like he's been out on the streets for weeks.
Yeah.
You know, this kind of looks better. Hair is the one thing I cannot fucking draw. I'm gonna have to do hair studies.
Kevin, I was actually considering you to play a D&D stream with. I would love to. Hair studies is definitely a huge recommendation I always give as many people as I can give that message.
Hold up, let's move on to some coloring real quick, see if that gives me a better angle on what I'm doing here.
Made him the softest boy ever. My goodness.
Oh, shit.
Giving this boy childlike wonder. Please, I'm so desperate.
Ooh. I see interesting crumb. However, I stopped playing D&D with my existing groups primarily because I kept burying myself under video editing to the point where I couldn't stick to it. So I dropped D&D pretty much for that explicit purpose.
We had like a lot of scheduling issues at the very end. The real killer of D&D groups is scheduling. Hi Randy, good morning.
Yep.
Only 2 hours late, it's fine. I'm gonna try to make sure he's got nothing else other than the earrings, but I think that's it.
Nope, I can't draw a fucking collar to save my life.
Trying to get people for playtest for what's called an Enigma RPG. Please tell me about an Enigma system. You have a great start to the lapel.
Yeah, I just addressed it. It was awful. It
looks good.
It was awful. I just fixed it.
Enigma. Is there any other like systems that you could compare it to? So straight checks, it's about counter rolling. Interesting. That's what I have to do other than I have to do like again like conquering shit.
Looks better. Question is, can I get the yes? Get in there in such a way that it doesn't ruin the details. No, go away. No. I hate it when I go to drag the color drop. It always pulls down. Sometimes it pulls down the friggin' menu.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
Just like, why? I didn't ask.
Oh, my Splatoon music. Yep. Probably Star Wars Fantasy Flight or Shadowrun. Works on dice pools. There's an entire tree of skills specifically to do with sciences. Mega City 17, 50 years after the original collapse of the civil game.
I need
I
a
think that's
skin
always
tone.
the funniest thing when I tell people they're like, "Oh, well, you're Cupid themed. What things are you into?" And oh, well, apocalypse horror movies. The same old, same old.
What is my fucking skin tone? How do I make a skin tone in this friggin'? Me no like. What base color are you using? Or what base color off the wheel are you using for skin tones?
Typically, what I do, let me actually grab my skin tone. I go towards in between orange and red, and then I go. If you're going kind of pale, I kind of go to the top, closer to white. Oh, you're on like a circle.
I can.
So
Oh,
go closer, like yeah.
there.
Oh, and I got an ad, so I can't even see your screen.
God damn it.
God damn
Red,
it.
orange leaning. You said closer to the white. I think I see what you're saying. Hold up. That is better.
You
Get a
want to
little.
be able to like, if you were to pull to the
Ooh.
harshest shade of color, you want to get almost like orange.
I feel like my screen isn't doing it right. I
Yeah,
feel like my
on the
screen is
end of stream,
filtering.
it almost looks like a kind of like a reddy
Yeah.
color.
I wonder if there's some color conversion issues between the iPad and the screen itself.
That might be. All of these things are in fact girly pop. Post-apocalyptic cyberpunk, also very good. Everything to do with add-on from cybernetics to powers to firearms. Um, you can get familiarity points, which means the longer you use specific weapon, that is so fun. Are you kidding me?
I think this is as good as I'm gonna get it. No. Shit. There.
It's
All right. We're gonna go ahead. All right. Nope, not white. White is not the color I want for this.
There we go.
Oh, that just looks terrible. Hold up.
Huh. Doing shiny on one side and like wool on the other is very fun. Yes, there's grenades. The danger pineapple. Imagine, if you will, an incendiary grenade that causes a localized singularity so that your enemy cannot escape is
Holy
horrifying.
Jesus, Crumb!
The supreme danger pineapple.
Supreme.
My question for then
Get the holy hand grenade!
The holy hand grenade. My question then for you, Crumb, is have you played Numenera? I think you would enjoy Numenera if that's the kind of stuff that you enjoy. Familiar with it, but TBD, I'm not. D&D is actually Numenera is not actually a D&D module. It is more similar to Monster of the Week. It's still an RPG, still TTRPG. But no, it's not D&D based. It's very you can really play it in any way that you want, with like whatever settings you want. But basically it's very neo-futuristic. Like, I think you're like 7 sun collapses in the future.
Oh God. There's
Or like several world-ending events in the future.
How do I imply like the screen is shaking?
Um
From like a still picture.
The blur tool and offset, stagger lines, there's a lot of ways you could do it. It's due to the people I went with rather than the system. Motion blur, yes, that's the one. Crumb, I understand. I've left several D&D groups also because of the people. I promise you there are great groups out there, though. I have been blessed to meet several really amazing
Oh, right, I'm on the
groups.
wrong fucking layer. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, no, that's darker than I want it to be.
How do I...
The big collapse of the anima detonation with people gaining powers known as the funnily enough was called Conan Chronicles. It's a complete rewrite of the of a system called Anime Campaign. Might take a quick $5 here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Nature's been screaming at me for like the last hour.
Why didn't you say anything?
Because I'm busy and I didn't want to miss out on any quality chatter.
We would have both gone to break. I need to do some chronic illness maintenance.
Ah.
So I will do that. Everyone, yeah, let's take a $5.
Cool. Swipping.
Hello. Back.
Heyo.
Break. We only went a little bit over 5 minutes, which is much better than I thought we were gonna do. So happy with that.
Ooh.
Okay, timer is beginning again for. You know what? You guys can just keep Demon Erosa the rest of the night. Gonna just keep getting turned on. You might as well save your channel points. Yay! I was gonna turn it back on, yeah. Runs into the demon booby outfit. Committed to the bit.
Actually, wait, no. She's running a one-shot. So she'll probably be running off a book. Wait.
It's still better to be safe than sorry. You know?
Yeah, I'll ask if she's looking for a pre-made one-shot or if she wants the DM to make one up.
Get out of the trenches of Twitch with this one, boys. I gotta rewatch Arcane before season 2 comes out. Surprisingly, I enjoyed it. Go. Ooh, Orange Shadows is gonna be interesting. It works though, in a weird way.
All right. Oh boy. So here's the message. I can DM your D&D game. Also, I'm an easy target for D's nuts jokes. I can... Hold up, need to remove this. I can make magic items. I can make up magic items if your crew wants them. What game system are you using? 5th edition, Pathfinder, etc. Also, will you be using a pre-made campaign or should I make one from scratch?
Nice. Very well worded.
I'll send. Cool.
Did the orange. I'm gonna have to keep it orange on the jacket and switch to blue.
Cool.
That sounds like a good DM. Genuine.
Yep, it just made me pass an Arcos challenge, so I had a slight panic attack. Because, you know, when Twitter detects you interacting with profiles directly, it'll make you pass a challenge to make sure you're not editing stuff illegally, which is a good idea. I'm for that. It just catches me by surprise every time it happens. And I panicked for a moment there. I was like, oh shit.
Did you know that the easiest way to do those, to get to them quickly, is to move around a lot? They're not checking to see if you can match up the items correctly, because like a computer can do that. It's checking to see if you move like a human.
Right.
So you can typically get through like Like a gotcha. Not a gotcha.
I've never had
Like
any
a captcha.
trouble with passing them. It's just, it catches me off guard every single
They
time.
freak me out.
Mm.
But like, if you ever want to get through a captcha quickly and don't want to deal with it, 100% just like move your mouse around a lot.
Mm.
What are you tapping on? I could hear it through your microphone.
Sorry, that's me tapping on my iPad to undo all of the vibration lines because I don't like them. They look like a beard instead of like action lines.
Oh no.
Well, that kind of looks like motion, but it doesn't, does it carry the intention I'm looking for here? God, now my hand is trembling that I've sent that message.
It's always so scary to send something to like big creators.
Yeah. Although granted, like I've seen so much like advice from other creators being like, don't be afraid to reach out to people. They're still normal people. And I'm like, yeah, but they're also like able to delete me with the tap of a finger.
They can ruin my life in moments.
Mm-hmm. All they need is to say my name with the wrong tone and I disappear.
I've become like the Ash baby.
Yeah. Hold up. I'm going to clear this layer. I'm going to try not using black line art for this one. Oh. Oh, shit. Did I miss a gap somewhere? Oh no, it doesn't treat. I see. Oh, what the fuck are you doing?
Struggling.
My color is escaping somehow, and I can't figure out why.
I don't know.
Oh, there it is. There was a gap somewhere, apparently, and I just had to drop the threshold. All is well and good.
That is always the worst part is you're like, where are you escaping from?
Oh, I don't fix the gap. I just tell it to, you know, give less of a shit. I think that Eyes Glow is better, though. The multi-shading, the multicolor shade. If I could...
The shaking lines are so funny. Vibrating in anger.
There's the bigger line. I think it's better that the eye glow is bigger. A little less big. But just, as was, did not feel sufficient. I kind of want to redo the mouth. I'm going to try something.
Never. I'm gonna see if I can actually do this right. I'm gonna see if I can make a repeating
There
pattern.
it is. I think that did a better job. Oh, come on.
Do it.
I just realized. Ooh. Cinder emotes. I see those.
Oh. The Cinder emotes. Vincent, hello, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. The Cinder emotes are so cute. I think that's like the one gift sub I'm a little bit sad I haven't gotten yet.
Yep. Cinder emotes. I just thought to myself, you know, I'm kind of begging or really hoping that Fillion will elect to play a bard in that campaign, because then she can use vicious mockery to kill people with these nuts jokes. And I'm going to laugh my ass off when she does it.
Be really funny.
I'm going to give her the idea. Assuming she responds, of course. Like I'm going to come back and I'm going to be blocked.
Get the fuck out of my...
Get
the fuck out of my shit.
Who are you? Get out of my DMs.
Oh, I think I'm doing this right.
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be funny. It'd be neat. Not to mention, well, I'm gonna leave that part out. I'm gonna leave that part quiet. Does not need to be said.
I squint. I squint.
What?
I squint.
Am I missing a joke here?
I'm wondering what you mean by you're gonna not say that.
Oh.
I feel like there's a joke that you're not saying here.
No, it was just a joke. It was just, I was about to go full rational for a minute, and I was like, wait a minute, that sounds a bit psychopathic to just think of it in that light. Let's not.
Oh, gosh.
I've got the wrong layer selected. Of course.
turn all those down. Growl is so cute. Yes, Gameside, what's up? Hi, hi, hi. Oh my god, no. I forgot I made that a redeem. Was thinking about saving for Ara, but I gotta hear the ASMR. Okay. I'm gonna have to turn my volume. I'm gonna have to turn my volume like way up. You might have to turn my volume way up on Discord.
Okay. I will figure that out. Actually, wait, no, your volume's already maxed out on Discord.
Oh god.
It's fine. We'll work
I'll
with
just
it.
talk in a real I'll just talk in a real soft tone instead. You guys are only getting 5 minutes of this. Otherwise I will hurt my voice. Someone tell me when the tell me when the bit's over.
Crumb, I saw your message and my face turned into the J. Jonah Jameson meme.
What do you mean? What do you mean, Kevin? What is the issue? I don't see the issue. I don't see the problem. How about I increase my my output on voice mod? I understand, Kevin. That's okay. I understand. I'm not a fan of doing it. But I suppose that's the idea. Trying so hard to draw stars and also be loud enough. My microphone is not an AS. So it's a matter of picking my voice up but still be whispery enough is the real issue here. Is that I had to talk in like a very quiet voice but still be audible. I'm not gonna talk in a Midwestern accent in ASMR. Those are not stackable items. Refuse. Absolutely not. You're an autofile. Oh no. Okay. I'm trying not to laugh because I don't want to like blow out my microphone. Doing okay over there, Slice? You're not saying a whole lot.
Sorry, I'm focused. I'm like lazing in on trying to finish this reactive. Trying to figure like I'm doing the part where he's bent over backwards now and I'm like
The lean is so funny.
Who what now?
The lean is very funny.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm gonna crop this. I understand how cropping works. And here we go. Commission completed. Yippee. Oh, I need to add. I forgot the earrings. I forgot the earrings. have like a whole on the ASMR. I don't even have like anything to do like sound like the gentlest taps of keyboards is I just absolutely decimated my layout on Photoshop. Oh my gosh. I messed up a lot of things. Oh gosh. I didn't even tap anything. Hold on. Okay, I'm coming over here just to try and save my things.
No. Hold up here.
Oh. Okay. Oh, ASMR time's over. Okay, ASMR time is over. Completed, ended.
Right.
Kevin, you're free.
Almost onto the hairline. Well, we are onto the hairline, but let's figure out if I can do this right. I feel like I'm drawing a fucking T-Rex with some of these.
I'm having some Photoshop issues. Oh, I'm gonna go look at that. I'm so excited. Will the redeem continue to exist after this? Probably not. I don't have the right microphone for this, I'm realizing, and it brings both me and my community discomfort. so maybe we'll just switch it to like deep voice instead. Shit's too potent. I would.
Woiled.
Okay, I'm gonna try and reopen Photoshop because Photoshop broke a little bit. When I jokingly tried to make ASMR tapping noises on my keyboard. So, nobody's fault but my own. Shonen protagonist. I'm Ash Ketchum from Pallet Town. Perfect. My name's Shinobu, and I.
What?
Pikachu! I can't even. Pikachu! I can't do the growling. Okay, Photoshop, are you done being
Shit.
a little
Nope,
brat?
not that.
Now this is pod race.
Fuck.
We're fixing Photoshop. Let me see if I fixed my. Yeah, okay, so closing and reopening. Yippee. Yippee. Commission done.
Turn it off and on again.
Yippee. You know what? Screw it. Do my favorite thing to do. I've done this a couple times on stream. I don't know if I've done this like properly on stream. I'm so glad you guys like it. Yeah, one of my favorite things to do is I create my entire piece and then I paste it. Oh, there's a gem from Diamond Art stuck on my skin.
Hmm.
what I do is I turn it into a layer of its own. I do like a copy merged and then a paste. And so I paste basically my entire piece onto one layer. I go to my blur gallery. I go to Gaussian blur. I set it to like anywhere between for a canvas this size, anywhere between 5 and 10. We're gonna do 10 today. And then I put it on an overlay layer. Then I lower the opacity to like 50-ish. I'm gonna lower a little bit lower than that just because it's kind of a bright. I'll lower the fill a little bit.
Hmm.
And then he glows.
He glow.
Kind of this like soft look to it.
Nice.
My favorite thing to do. A little furniture. Ooh, no, okay.
Hmm. Oh
Alright.
shit. Good thing I did that. That reveals a significant weakness. Good. Excellent.
Yippee! He do glow. He done.
Nice.
Yippee!
I think I just finished my reactive as well, just in time.
Nice. Nice.
The bent back part was a lot easier than the face forward part.
Also, Kevin, I just looked in the server. Oh my god! The way you do highlights on hairs is. You even got like the hearts in the clouds on the eyes. Oh, so cute. Okay, I'm gonna look at the real back. Oh my god! Need you to flip to the open mouth one rapidly back and forth between these two. That's so funny.
Is there any way I can delete the outline of the canvas?
You have an outline on your canvas?
I think so.
I think that's just they're showing you that the canvas is only that size,
All right.
but still showing the transparency.
Hope so.
Yeah.
All right. Because, cool, that's done. So I'm going to go ahead and get these exported.
Very funny. Okay. I might wrap it up. Oh, thank you for remembering to get. Why has that been pending this whole? What? There shouldn't be like a mix it up. Shame, mix it up. You vanilla Kronos got vanilla cream.
Oh boy. What?
You gotta well, you got the vanilla cream flavored one, Kronos. I have a command on my channel in my chat that assigns people a chocolate from a chocolate box, like a Valentine's chocolate. And Kronos got vanilla cream filling. with which it's pretty funny. For personal opinion, it was pretty funny.
Kronos got sausage.
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 Ooh. My computer did that thing again.
Well, I did my frame, I did my reactive, I am out of ideas.
I am also running out of steam, and we've hit 3 hours, so I feel like we're at a good point. Thank you guys for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Yes, thank you all for coming out. This has been an absolute blast, and the conversations have been wonderful.
Yeah. A lot of podcast level conversations. Thank you for picking out a raid.
Hold up.
I'll leave you to your stream.
Oh wait, I can't use that one because I don't know.
I had a delightful time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna hop into the Discord, and I hope you have a good night while we wrap.
Yep. All right. Good night.
And goodbye, Slices stream.
Goodbye to Rosa stream.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks for the follow, Vermilion. I appreciate it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to conclude the stream for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and find somebody to raid us into for the evening. Because, as always, we want to pass on the love. So, let's go see who's up and about. See, we got Marsh up and running. Marsh, we did a Lethal Company collab with her a bit back. And she appears to be playing some Valorant at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and raid into her. Sweet. All right. Thanks for showing up, everybody. Make sure to use the following raid command to let them know where you came from. And let's go ahead and drop on in. Hold up, did that raid take? I think it did.